All right. Hotep greetings, Akwaba, bless up. I am Sis Abena, and I am the recovering African who is enslaved in America, and I am a representative from the Voices in the Margins. I am also true to the cause of African liberation via unification and utilizing the tool of healthy and effective communication. I am coming to you live and in person from the recovery room of Racism Non Anonymous. That is that revolutionary 12-step program uniquely designed with the African in mind, designed to support our healing and recovering from the all-powerful, cunning, and baffling disease addiction to white supremacy, aka racism, no, white supreme lunacy. That is a particular mental and cultural way of thinking and behaving in the world. I am speaking with my brethren and sistren from the continent in Africa and others who I suspect may also have been enslaved in America for us. I wanted to say and summarize in Brother Momoja, Sis Tony, Brother Scott, I don't know, Brother Sister Allende, certainly Brother Arch, Oguns, and others. At any rate, I hear you now just 4 hours ago, it seems, Brother Momoja, summarize. I have taken the opportunity to fully review the whole conversation. I see many aspects, if you will, and parts and pieces that I did not see the first time I responded by video, in particular to Brother Scott and Momoja. And since that time, I have had the opportunity to fully review the whole conversation. In the interim of doing that, I also did a couple of video dialogues, which I have not had the opportunity to share with you because of some technical difficulties at this point. And this is another resource, avenue that I was able to identify and I'm working to utilize. In the videos, dialogues that I did was arranged and kind of spoke to what I was thinking and or feeling at the time up to the point of my reading and speaking. It spoke to what I was thinking and feeling at that time. Moving forward, in your summary, I wanted to share what I hear and what I've gotten from the discussion thus far. As Momoja suggests, you suggest that basically, and you kind of have two mindsets expressed. While on one hand, I recognize also sort of two choices. I mean, it's either this or that. There are two choices that are seemingly available as it relates to solutions to the problems being discussed, or the problem. How are Africans, if you will, to assure the provision and sustaining of their basic, first and foremost, basic needs? And it stands to reason for me that question recognizes the context by which Africans are working to attain that goal of self-sufficiency and preservation of life. It is within the context of a world, in a worldview, societal structure that supports, encourages, and facilitates this power making in the hands of a few, i.e. leaders. And that is where the challenge sort of comes up, because the leaders at that point make a choice to do what it is that was intended to be done, or do something different. In this situation, of course, what was intended to be done was the assurance of the provision and maintenance of resources to meet basic needs of the people within the society, the communities, and the broader society. Because we have a system where we kind of assign power to a few, the leaders, to make this thing happen, is the problem as I see it. It's the problem dilemma that I recognize. So that's the two sides, to do that or not. How, or now that we have, who will we give power to, or how will we have our basic needs met, if you will, at this point? Do we seek assistance from the people who chose to do something different in the first place, or what? I haven't read the other position. I heard your first position. Anyway, you suggest that Tony, Ogun, Scott, and Bernie take the mindset that it's okay to invite assistance from the West when they were the ones who made the choice to do something different, and that different did cause harm. The people have not had what they needed. What I hear Tony saying is just that. The people are hurting. We are hurting, and we recognize that this was the first layer of a foot on our neck, and we needed to do something to get it off. The basic cry and voice that I hear her sharing is the voice of the people who are hungry, tired, fed up, beat down, and ready to make a change. Take care of first things first, and that is to get some needs met, to strengthen the self, physically and mentally, if you will. Ogun, I hear a couple of different things. One, certainly the blame game, and that is problematic for me as well in terms of line of thinking. And at the same time, I recognize the validity, if you will, in the sense that just like the leaders were given or empowered to do something, they made a choice, and that choice was to cause harm. And in that regard, I can hear and recognize the argument that the quote unquote we did this to ourselves. At the same time, I see other pieces and to that, Ogun, and that suggests it's really not just that simple, that it is our quote unquote our fault. Scott, much love and respect. Thank you for your response. I did make a response to you, which I'm not able to upload just yet. And I do not hear, Scott saying that, yes, bring them in. So I think, Momoja, you sort of made a blanket grouping of people, and I have a sense that I think that there's some juggling that can be done with it to have it be more accurate, if you will, or more specific. Bernie, now I've been talking a bit, and I have lost sort of my focus in terms of some of you all's commentary. Bernie, I forget exactly what the position Bernie was coming from, so I cannot speak to it. I'm going to stop this video for now, because again, I get concerned with the length of time, and in terms of holding people's attention to what I'm saying, and at times I can see how it's more simpler, quicker, easier, if you will, to just sort of simply read the words, yet and hoping that this is okay. And I want to continue, I will plan to continue the commentary that I'd like to make, and I thank you all for listening to me share, and I thank you all for sharing that which you did.